as promised on my WordPress blog, I was going to do a real short 2, 3, 4, 5 minute, hopefully not 15, vlog rather, on some of the little tricks that we can do as to aid in our weight loss. I have this issue with a lot of my clients, and a lot of things that I target is taking care of those little things that will make a psychological difference to help aid in your weight loss process. Okay. Oftentimes we have the feeling of feeling trapped or defeated, and we become discouraged in our weight loss process because we're doing all of the big do's, but forgetting about the little don'ts. And a lot of times, what's that old saying? That little saying that goes, it just takes a little bit of yeast to leaven the bread, so to speak. I think I butchered it, but you get my point. It doesn't take much that can alter and derail you in your process. So you all are doing the big things. You're working out, you're eating your macros, you're eating the proper foods. You're doing all these things, even to some degree proportioning your food. I've seen some people pretty much on track. In my discovery sessions with my clients, one of the things I go over is it takes an hour because I go over every detail of what it is that they're doing. And often I find out it's these little vices, these little things that make all the difference. Remember, a lot of your weight loss or within your weight loss process, a lot of it's psychological. Remember, my company is built around a holistic, or has a holistic basis, because of the fact I understand, and with me, a lot of my weight gain was emotional, it was psychological. I had to do a lot of configuration and deprogramming and mental detoxification to get rid of a lot of toxic emotions so that I'll be able to progress in weight loss. Okay, and we want to minimize that in the best way we can. So one of the things I'm gonna do today is go over a few things. I think about 8 bullets. I'm gonna have my little notes here from my blog itself, which is gonna serve as my template. And I'm gonna go over those different things quickly and share with you so that you can become cognizant of what it is that you can do to change your mental process so that you will be able to be effective in your weight loss process. Okay. Got the iPhone on deck. All right. So first thing we're going to go over, eat slower. Remember when your mother told you to chew your food? Well, that had a lot of significance. Oftentimes we're just pounding down food. And we're doing it subliminally. And some of the other bullet points we're going to go over aids in us not chewing our food. Okay. When you chew your food, what happens is you allow the digestion process to be speedy, to be, more effective. You have enzymes and different things in your stomach that allows the food to properly break down. If you're not taking the time to chew your food, okay, those things have to stay in the intestines and the stomach, and although you have to understand it goes from the stomach to the large intestines to the small intestines to the colon, area and everything, and then out of the rectum. All right, so there's a lot, and if you only knew how long, I don't know the exact numbers, but if you only knew how far our food have to travel to get out of the body, it's like off the chain. Okay, so chew your food so that when it goes through the digestion process, those foods are already broken down. You got I don't know how many, was 36 teeth? I don't know. You got a lot of them. Some of y'all look like you got about 50, but nevertheless, go ahead, use your teeth. Okay, chew your food, and you'll be more effective in the digestion process, which hence will allow your food to pass through, and it won't have to sit there and ferment in your intestines. Got it? Okay, second, don't be so quick to plop down and just sit anywhere. When you eat, there's a reason why you have a dining room table. Sit at it, okay? Sit at a table. Do not allow the TV to be on while you're eating your food. When you sit down and you watch TV, that actually causes you to overeat. So sit down at a dinner table. Get a nice setting. It's all about presentation, okay? Sit down. It allows you to sit, to think for the food. You may not even eat as much a lot of time when you sit down and you're more concentrated on, hey, it's me and a plate and I gotta eat. If you're eating with a family, having conversation, okay, you will find yourself, because you're eating slower, going back into bullet number 1, you're eating slower so your food can digest, and now you may not even need to eat all the food that's even on your plate. Okay, all right, eat your food often. I've heard from every 2 to 3 hours. I do it how I was trained, was to do it every 3 hours, When you do this, what happens is your body begins to metabolize your food even more. Some of you all are snackers. That was my problem. I was a snacker. The problem with snacking is that means your body it never gets to go into a fasted state. I had a bad habit of getting up and eating in the middle of my sleep. My mom said I've been doing this since I was a baby. I just go to the refrigerator and I stop eating. I would wake up and have like a little chipmunk food in my mouth, and I'm like, what the hell is this? It's because I've been eating in my sleep. Okay, you need to minimize that. Go ahead, have a few meals a day. Do not do snacks. I am anti-snacks. Don't believe in them whatsoever, because you're teasing your system. Okay, eat full meals. All right, anywhere between 300 to 500 calories. That's just my opinion, and especially if you're trying to obtain weight loss, it's a good way to go. Third, I think it's number 3 and number 4, but either way, you get the point. Do not eat processed food. I refuse to explain this. It's self-explanatory. Don't eat processed food. Processed, hence the word speaks for itself, okay? Don't do it. You sit there and you eat processed food. Just understand, your body is a machine, and it is built to recognize natural elements. That's how God made our bodies. When you put processed foods in it, understand, it's like a chemical shitstorm. I hate to say it like that, but basically your body doesn't recognize it, and at some point will begin to reject it, and it does treat it as a foreign object. Don't do it. Processed foods are just horrible. We do them from time to time. I understand that, but you need to eliminate them, especially when you're trying to acquire weight loss. Okay, be sure to measure your food. I was horrible at this. Because I grew up in a pretty big family, and so we ate large portions. I had all brothers, and I cooked just like my mom cooked, and we cooked for my dad, and my uncle would come, all these different things. So I got accustomed to eating. I could put down some food, and so eating large portions. When I found out what a serving was, I thought, what the hell? Who eating this? This is a snack. No, your stomach will begin to shrink, okay? Find out what a serving is, because a lot of you all, when you should be eating 1/3 cup of rice, you're eating a cup and a half. I see the pictures on Instagram. And the potatoes. Y'all sitting there even with your veggies. I'd be like, what? I mean, that's like 3 cups, dude. No. Remember, we want to stick to those macros and appropriating those macros. So be sure to measure your food. You're going to be really upset. Okay, number 8. Eat your proteins, okay? I'm talking about plant-based and as well as meat. I'm really big on seafood. I don't do a lot of beans because beans just have not a good effect on me. And they tend to be high in carbs and starch for me. And with the PCOS, it's really hard for me to metabolize beans, but I love them. But I've invested in high quality proteins. I'm not talking about no muscle milk and all that other crap y'all be drinking that's full of sugar. Get a plant-based protein, okay? Find out those things like quinoa, you have soy, you have whey, you have a lot of different things that's out there that will help in your weight loss. Protein is a really good source. It does not have to come from meat. I'm not a meat eater like that. I can't eat a whole lot of meat. It clogs me up. So I'm very limited on my meat, all right? Eat your protein. Okay, 9. Eat your food on smaller plates. I'm really big about presentation of food. Not only should you eat it on smaller plates, you should have it in a presentable manner. Don't be putting your food in those styrofoam plates. Get some nice plates. Get some nice dishes. It makes you feel like you're in a 4 or 5-star restaurant. It creates an ambiance. You enjoy your food. You eat slower. You do all these things. Not only are you causing an optical illusion, but you playing a trick on the psyche as well, all right? And what happens is in this psychological deterrent or what have you, the mind believes, because we're visionaries, we're visual people. The mind believes, oh my goodness, it's taking in all this thing in. It's taking in colors. Eating your macros, you have peppers, and you have spinach, and you have a nice bright vibrant piece of salmon, you have some avocado. It's taking in the colors. No, it's just like being a baby. When the baby's sitting there like, oh, what's this? Oh, okay, that's what the mind is doing. Okay, you're just a big baby, right? So take advantage of that. Use it to your advantage so that you will be effective in your weight loss process, all right? A lot of times I see y'all, because, I'm big on Instagram or what have you, and I see you, you have these foods, and it looks disgusting. First of all, I wouldn't even sit there and eat half the crap y'all be putting on there. I'd be like, that's just ugly. What is that, slop? Okay? Have your food proportioned out. Do the rainbow method on your plates, okay? Use a smaller plate. Don't have bigger plates because then it looks like it's empty when it's actually not. Okay, so get some smaller plates, not a salsa. Put a smaller plate and appropriate your foods. Do a little bit of garnishment, and I promise you, you'll find yourself eating less, and you'll find yourself having more of a fulfillment and joy in eating. Okay, remember, food is nothing more than fuel. All right. And yes, our senses get heightened by it, but we need to be responsible with the food that we eat and we put in our bodies. All right. Okay. And last but not least, eat high volume foods. Okay. I see people, and you have like, for lunch, you have like a handful of walnuts, and you have a yogurt and a banana. I mean, some people's appetite is like that, and that's cool, all right? But I don't agree with it. The macros are there, that's cool, but I don't agree with that. I believe the body needs to always feel satisfied. And if it's satisfied, not to the point of being overstuffed, but it's satisfied in the means of receiving a full sense of nutrients. Like, it's like, why have the stomach half full when you can fill it up with, it's not empty calories. You have high volume foods with a low caloric index or intake, so to speak. Okay, this is my how I say it. Basically, why have a handful of raisins when you can eat a bowl full of grapes? Okay, you know what, raisins are nothing more than grapes dried up, right? So why would you eat a handful of raisins when you have a bowl of grapes? Why? You're going to be more satisfied. You get those enzymes going. You get all the, you're salivating, all these different things. Whereas when you just eat the raisins, it's not a whole lot of value. That's a garnish food, okay? It's not something for you to eat as part of a meal. And a lot of these things that you all do, you're still feeling hungry, or you're not satisfied, or you end up overeating the raisins because now you've taken in all this sugar, because high in sugar, grapes are just high in sugar. I'm not real big on grapes unless you're eating them in the morning. But, you have to be cognizant of those kind of things. Be sure to eat high volume foods. I'll sit there, I eat 3 cups of spinach and throw up the deuces. And people are like, oh my God, all that food. And it's like, no, it's not a lot of food. 3 cups of spinach is like 35 calories, dude. Get out of here. I have a big old 5-ounce piece of salmon on it. Do an avocado. Winning. All right. So that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed this one. Check out my blog. It's Lipstick and Fit, Lady Lifter of Life. And I do, usually every 2 days or so, I do a small little tutorial writing on it. I'm back on it. I love writing. And so I'm going to have my blogs be the blueprint for my YouTube videos when I'm doing tutorials. All right. So y'all stay bodacious. Continue to get bodacious. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side, okay?